National Football League already has thrown for 3,300 yards, 23 touchdowns, and he loves to throw to John Jefferson, number 83. But don't think that's the only weapon as a receiver. There is the extraordinary second-year tight end, number 80, Kellen Winslow. But tonight, San Diego must operate against the extraordinary Schuler-developed rookie David Woodley, number 16 from Louisiana State University, who brings an attack an extra dimension because he can scramble in the manner of Francis Tarkenton, and he can throw too. Witness this throw to Tony Nathan in the crushing 35-14 upset of the Rams. So tonight, a critical game for both teams. What a matchup. The Chargers against the Dolphins.
Beautiful night for football here in Miami. You're looking at a live shot of the Orange Bowl, the home of the Miami Dolphins, where tonight they expect their largest crowd of the season.
Yes, Frank, you're right. The biggest crowd yet this year here for the Miami Dolphins. The standings tell you the importance of the game. The AFC East. Miami must win tonight and every remaining game to keep its playoff hopes alive. Can they do it? Meantime, in the AFC West, that terribly tough division, San Diego must win tonight to stay abreast of the Oakland Raiders, who lead them now by a game, would lead by only a half game should the Chargers win tonight. Meantime, San Diego under a handicap. Their chartered jet hydraulic problem last night. They didn't even get here till 2 in the morning, didn't get to bed till 3. We'll see what impact that has. For more on San Diego, the Gipper.
And anyone who follows this game knows that San Diego features a passing attack. One of the reasons why, or three of them, of course, their wide receivers. The other, of course, their gifted quarterback, Dan Fouts. Winslow leads the AFC with receptions. Jefferson is in second place in the AFC, and Charlie Joyner third. This is their combination. It has been incredible. 21 touchdowns, over 2,700 yards between them. The pass they use occasionally. The run they use frequently. Francis, this young man is on the spot tonight.
He is, and that young man is David Woodley, and he'll quarterback the Dolphins. They're depending on him to lead them into the playoffs. 1 year ago, he was down at LSU sharing the time with Steve Ensminger and playing only half the game there. But he was drafted in the 8th round by the Dolphins. They think he can do it. This afternoon, we talked to David Woodley about his career.
What has been your toughest adjustment?
Well, I guess dropping back in the pocket has been tough, and staying there, which is even tougher, because at LSU, basically we were a roll-out, sprint-out type of team, and we had very little drop-back passing, and just to drop back and read the defenses and then stay in the pocket when you feel pressure when there really isn't that much pressure, and that's been a tough situation.
Do you ever change any of Schuler's plays that he sends in?
No, Lord, you don't change Coach Schuler's plays. You just, if you feel it's a bad play, you just stick with it and hope something good comes out of it.
David Woodley, the youthful quarterback who is directing the Miami Dolphins. Bob Greasy, by the way, was placed on the injured reserve only yesterday. He could possibly come back for the final game of the season. The 4 weeks, of course, allotted for injured reserve. Set to kick off the San Diego Chargers. Again, San Diego looking for a win tonight to stay within a half game of Oakland in the AFC Western Division. Of course, Miami, as we look at Don Vesalo dropping deep. Miami, well, they have to hope that they're going to get help. They're 6-5 on the season, as we told you. And, of course, a win tonight, and they could move to within a game and a half of Buffalo. And, of course, also New England is ahead of them. Baltimore at the moment is tied with them at 6-5. Set to go. Ralph Benushka will kick. Benushka hits it high, and Vesely takes it at the 5-yard line. And Veselo finds an opening on the left side, and he's out over the 40-yard line. The crowd roaring their approval. They're fired up down here in Miami. Jerome Dove made the stop, and let's take a look at the offensive unit. It will change considerably. Tony Nathan, a very gifted, versatile athlete, will open at halfback, but we'll see a lot of Del Williams tonight. The wide receivers, Cephalo filling in for an injured Duriel Harris, and we'll see 3 tight ends often tonight in the Miami attack. There it is, the offensive line that Don Shula would like to have had together at the beginning of the season. They came together some 3 weeks ago, and they have been improving markedly over the past 3 weeks. David Woodley directing the attack. Tony Nathan, right side, gets a block, stays on his feet. And Nathan out to the 48-yard line where he picks up a quick 6 yards. Let's meet the defensive unit. They play out of a 4-3. And the man to watch there is Gary Johnson at right tackle. He leads the NFL in quarterback sacks. The linebackers, good on the pass drop. Bob Horn steady in the middle. And the cornerback, Mike Williams, out on the left side, number 29, one of the best in the business, and number 28, Willie Buchanan, also tops at his trade. Defensively, the Chargers, 3rd in the AFC after 11 games. They're best against the pass, weaker against the run. 2nd down and 4. Ball at the 48-yard line. Woodley will put it in the air. Woodley fires out to Terry Robisky, and Robisky is close to a 1st down over midfield into Charger territory.
And we just saw what David really must do tonight against probably the best pass rush in front 4 in football today. He's going to have to keep the defensive line off balance. He's going to have to use the rollout, the quick rhythm passes. Good call by Shula, good execution by Woodley.
And apparently we will not see the measurement. The ball determined by referee Gene Barth not to be close enough to call for the measurement. And pacing the sidelines, one of the greatest who's ever coached this game, Don Shula, and he's calling the plays, Howard.
I really think this is his greatest year. Not a year that he will win the Super Bowl, doubtless. Not a year when he's had the great record, but with a paucity of manpower compared with the great teams of the early 70s when he had the people, he has made this a winning team. Witness the 35-14 victory over the Rams.
Miami brings up the offensive unit. Less than a yard to go for the first. 3rd down. This is Del Williams. And Del Williams piled up at the line of scrimmage. And again, the 1st down. Dependent on how they mark it. Nope. It is 1st down, Miami. And again, enthusiastic crowd here in the Orange Bowl tonight. Del Williams, of course, exploded a couple of weeks ago against the Los Angeles Rams, 151 yards, and of course that Ram defense, you just don't go out and knock off 151 yards every day.
But isn't it interesting that Delvin Williams does not start anymore? They still start Nathan, but already they got Delvin Williams in the game.
Again, as we go more and more towards specialized situations, personnel on specialized situations. Williams stays in on 1st and 10. Ball right at the 48-yard line. Woodley rolling out and finds Robisky, and Robisky is down around the 41-yard line.
Frank, just what Fran said. The safe, controlled rhythm pass on the rollout, the quick pass, pick up decent 1st down yardage. Exactly the way Shula is calling them for David.
You just don't want to get in a situation where your young quarterback gets sacked, gets a long loss. That puts the defense in an advantageous position, and this is good strategy.
2nd down and 4, and as you see, Woodley throwing out of a rollout because he is a gifted runner. Draw play. Del Williams, huge opening. Williams stutter steps at the 30, but a good tackle, and down he goes. Del Williams getting another 1st down. Quickly on the stop was Glenn Edwards for San Diego.
All right, here we are looking back now. Watch Williams take the ball in kind of a quick draw. This is any pass rush in line like this team is, they're vulnerable to a draw play. They're vulnerable to quick traps up the middle. They executed the draw very well.
Fine block. Terry Robisky, number 38, who came to the Dolphins some 6 weeks ago after being released by Oakland. And along with Woodley, they put the spark into this offensive team a few weeks ago against Buffalo. 1st and 10. Ball inside the 31. Del Williams again, following Robisky. The defensive line closing down after a gain of a couple. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
That's Grock Hunter.
Hey, he's a great-looking kid, and he's just as wide-eyed as he can be.
And he's got his head screwed on right. I talked to him this afternoon, and he said, I understand that they love me now, but I know the role of the quarterback. There's going to be times when I lose and don't play well, and they'll boo me just like they have every quarterback that's ever played. It's good that he understands that at the tender young age of 21.
On 2nd down and a long 8, Jimmy Cephalo split to the left out there with number 89, Nat Moore. Again, Duriel Harris will probably not play tonight. He has a pulled hamstring. Play action by Woodley. Pressure, and a flag goes. Woodley will probably see holding, and this play brought back. As Woodley showing the scrambling ability, getting inside the 15, down around the 13, and it'll be brought back.
That's the point. Let them bring it back, but you've had a quick evidence, as you see the holding sign, of what makes this kid so valuable, that extra dimension that the man sitting on my right had all throughout his playing years.
Well, what that does, it creates some doubt in the defensive lineman. They get a good pass rush. He runs out of their grasp. That will slow down the pass rush. They'll not be as aggressive.
Number 79 offense, holding, still 2nd down.
John Giesler holding on the left side. And you can understand why, but you can also understand that San Diego leads the entire NFL in quarterback sacks. So we might get a few holding calls tonight. As you can see, just an absolutely perfect night for football. The humidity way down, temperature at 68 at kickoff. 2nd down, 18. 3 wide receivers as Elmer Bailey, a rookie from Minnesota, comes in. Tony Nathan, single setback. Nat Moore in motion. He almost got in trouble. Woodley, strong arms up for Cephalo. And we will get a pass interference call, I believe, against Jerome Dove of San Diego. Cephalo had his man beaten. Woodley, strong arm, Fran. He just whipped that with his wrist.
Yeah, he really does have a strong arm. And Dove was beaten clearly there. I think it was a good call. We'll see it. We'll see the isolated camera here on the receiver, Cephalo, running against number 48, Jerome Dove. It's what they call in the business a fly pattern. He'll come down the field, make an inside move, but we're not going to see it. But there's a pass interference. All right, here's the end of the play. You'll see him. He's really kind of face guarding here. He does hit him before the ball gets there.
He did everything.
He did everything. The fifth was right on it, and he made a good call, and the Miami Dolphins are threatening here on the 1-yard line. And this might surprise some people out west.
1st and goal, the Dolphins. Using a little more than 3.5 minutes on this drive, taking the opening kickoff. He's in there. Woodley carries it in himself. A flag is down. And we're going to get, I believe, illegal motion. It'll work against the Dolphins. Don Shula, again, as we told you, he calls the plays into his young quarterback, signaling them in. And I was talking to his wife, Dorothy, earlier, and she said that he has never got into football quite like he has this year, calling the plays.
Well, because
Illegal motion, 84 offense, still 1st down.
he is back to where he was in the beginning when he was coaching at Baltimore. He has the chance to develop a team, and when he had all those great players, he made the most of them. But now he can mold players, and he feels young again, and he loves it. He can take Hisn and beat Yoren, and he can take Yoren and beat Hisn, to quote Bum Phillips.
Good old Bum.
5-yard penalty against Bruce Hardy, and the ball is moved out to the 7-yard line. Down remains the same. 1st down. Woodley quickly firing the slant, incomplete. Intended there for Cephalo. Cephalo covered by Willie Buchanan out there.
A word about this kid Cephalo as you look at him. The great wide receiver from Penn State. And I use the word great advisedly. He's been waiting a couple of years for a shot. And now that Duriel Harris is hurt, he expects to make good on the shot. But certainly he has the capacity. He's got great speed. He's got great change of speed. He's got great hands. So he has all the credentials.
Intellect also wrote a book about high school recruiting. Jimmy Cephalo. On 2nd down, straight ahead, Trubisky behind Bob Kuchenberg and Mark Dinners.
What a good call in that situation. It's 2nd and 5 on the inside the 10-yard line. They got to be in a pass rush situation. Shula called a trap play up the middle. A brilliant call, well executed. They caught San Diego, and the defense, they want to watch here right up the middle. A quick trap. There's the trap on 55. Bob Horn. It's no contest. Robisky's in the end zone.
That stand-up block on Horn by Bob Kuchenberg, the veteran guard from Notre Dame. Been around 11 years. Back where he belongs, playing guard. He's had to shuffle all over the place in recent years. Uwe von Schamann for the conversion. On count, hoping to draw the charges out. Not necessary. To the uprights, von Schamann. And the Miami Dolphins have a 7-0 lead. And they used up nearly 4 minutes. We'll be back in a moment. Terry Robisky roaring in on a terrific call from Don Shula on the sideline. San Diego had to be thinking fast, as Fran mentioned. Little fold block. Kuchenberg with a tremendous block on the middle linebacker, Bob Horn. 6 points, Miami. And they are really fired up, this Miami Dolphin ball club.
Well, Giff, the thing about the drive, it wasn't that San Diego's defense was so bad. It was a brilliantly called drive by Shula on the sideline, and the Dolphins executed it. And they made it look easy.
Von Schamann bangs it. Taken by Mike Fuller at the 8-yard line. And Mike Fuller out over the 25 to the 27-yard line, and we'll see the San Diego offense for the first time this quarter. Dan Fouts, of course, the gifted quarterback at a tremendous pace, much ahead of his record-breaking yardage pace from a year ago. We'll talk about that further. Mike Thomas is in there as a starting setback. We much discussed Chuck Muncie as a sore knee. We don't know whether we'll see him at all tonight. And we told you about the 3 wide receivers, Jefferson, Winslow, Joyner, over 2,700 yards between them. That's Winslow, the tight end in motion. Fouts, not fooling around, puts it right in the air, and it's not handled by Kellen Winslow out of the 30-yard line. And defensively, a lot of changes we'll see tonight for Miami. There's the 3-4 that they'll operate into at the beginning of the game. A.J. Dewey, a dangerous man. He's a linebacker now, but he will come on the pass rush many times. Shula, well aware you cannot give Fouts a lot of time to throw the football. If you don't pressure him with the receivers, Jefferson, Joyner, Winslow, he'll absolutely pick you apart. Second down 10. Winslow again in motion. Fouts again to the air. Puts it out, and it's complete out there to Mike Thomas. And Mike Thomas, close to the first down. I believe he has it, out at the 38-yard line.
Interesting to look at Mike Thomas, because quite apart from being a pass receiver, San Diego, which tried to start developing a running game with the acquisition of Chuck Muncie, had a turn last week against Kansas City to Mike Thomas, who came in and gained over 100 yards for them after Muncie had hurt his knee in the early going.
There he is, of course, great years with the Redskins. Fouts again, first down. We haven't seen the running game. But why, when you have receivers like this, and Kellen Winslow is out close to another first down, Glenn Blackwood is there.
When you said why, Frank, you raised a good point as we take a ground-level look at that quick pass to Winslow.
Here comes Fouts. He's looking the defense off. You see him look to the left. He's going to come right back over the middle of Winslow, a mark of a veteran quarterback.
Now, San Diego broke from the barrier with 4 quick wins. They were 4-0. Then they decided to try to develop a running game. They got Chuck Muncie, who is unquestionably a ball player of great excellence. But ever since they've started to mix up their game, passing with the running, they have lost 4 of their last 6. They're not the same team. So when Frank said, again the pass and why not, that's what he meant.
And you saw the man that thinks nothing but pass, and throughout his entire coaching career, Don Coryell. First and 10. Thomas, left side, turned in, Herder there defensively, right at the line of scrimmage, and they may mark it with his progress for a gain of 1. Mike Thomas, Howard mentioned the game that he had a week ago. He's coming off knee surgery, but he hurt that knee playing racquetball a year ago. And if he can play back to the years he had, the good years at Washington, he had a 1,000-yard season there in '76. He will be very effective.
Again, the biggest crowd this year at the Orange Bowl.
Second and 9. Jefferson in motion. That'll put him over there with Charlie Joyner. Out of the backfield comes Clarence Williams. He does not hold on at the 45-yard line. Hovering nearby, Gerald Small, the gifted cornerback for the Dolphins. It'll be 3rd down and 9.
One more point that you were trying to make there, Howard, on Muncie. Whenever you bring in a player the caliber of Muncie midway during the season, you've already got a veteran offensive team established, a passing game established. It's very hard to blend him into the offense at that point. If you had him in training camp, it would be easier. Certainly he is a gifted athlete, as you see him there.
3rd and 9. Another wide receiver in, Ron Smith. you can see, they leave one setback. They leave Kellen Winslow in, the tight end, but he plays in the wingback spot. Foul. Beautiful shot out to Charlie Joyner. And Joyner dancing inside the 35 to the 33. First down, San Diego.
There is simply no way, Frank, as you know, to overemphasize the excellence of Charlie Joyner, number 18. First and number 2 draft choice for Houston. Look at it again. Out of Grambling College. He is a superb wide receiver, maybe principally because he is so fearless and so precise in the routes he runs. Utterly fearless.
First down, 10. Fouts has not run the football yet. Fires, and it's complete over the middle to Kellen Winslow, and Kellen Winslow another San Diego first down.
Well, the problems they present you, they've got so many receivers to go through, and he's using them all. He's got 2 great outside receivers. He's got about as good a tight end as you can have in football. He throws to his backs. He's got a great pass blocking offensive line, and you'll notice that Fouts is taking quick rhythm passes. He's not giving the defense a chance to sack him.
Fouts has put it on the ground once, but his game is air, and you can see it tonight. Winslow in motion, flooding back to the left, trying to isolate receivers. Fires in to the little one, Charlie Joyner, down around the 10-yard line. Tell you nothing about Joyner. He started his 100th consecutive game, and Howard, you and I know this man is durable. I don't think Fram was with us for the final game of the season last year against Denver. He went right into the locker room twice, and he finally staggered back out, caught a 32-yard touchdown to win the game, win the division for San Diego. This man, Charlie Joyner.
And that was Dan Fouts' best throw of the night. He just barely got it in over the outstretched hands of A.J. Dewey.
First down, goal to go. The ball inside the 10. Mike Thomas cuts back inside the 5-yard line. A.J. Dewey in pursuit over there, getting help from a sliding Vern Den Herter.
What's interesting about this drive, it seems to me, Fran and Frank, is that it would have been easy to say after Miami poured through San Diego, this team's not up for the game. The forced landing at Oklahoma City caused fatigue and all the rest. Instead, look at them come back with life.
We got us a football game.
Second and goal. Jefferson left, Joyner right. Mike Thomas will try the left side. And a good open field tackle. Hustling up there, Don Bessalou, the second-year man out of Georgia Tech, who replaced a great pro back there, Tim Foley, and Bessalou is doing a fine job.
And this is why you need a running game. And it's hurt San Diego last year, and it's hurt them this year also. Because when you get inside the 6 or 7-yard line, you need to be able to run the ball in. They tried twice, come up with nothing. Now he's got to throw it. There's only 15 yards to work with down and to throw it. And it is tougher.
Jefferson right. Joyner left. Kellen Winslow stays in the lineup. Third and goal. Jefferson in motion. Fouts looking for Winslow. And he finds Williams in the corner. And I'll tell you, absolutely dead solid perfect.
That is some pass that Mr. Fouts threw right there. You just cannot throw it any better. He's brought his team back. He's done what great quarterbacks are supposed to do. He's turned the momentum back around his favor. There he is. Great pass blocking. You see Ed White working in there. He has to throw it perfectly. Wasn't bad coverage. Clarence Williams makes the reception.
That was a great pass.
Yes, it was.
And Frank used a great phrase, dead solid perfect. The title of a Dan Jenkins book for a term usually reserved for golf, but properly used here, Giff.
Bernushka. And Bernushka puts it through, and we got a tie ball game. There'll be no punting tonight, I don't believe. 6:21 remaining in the first quarter. It's tied up. Dan Fouts going the length of the field. He used 4 different receivers and was on target with all of them. The East against the AFC West. San Diego trying to stay within a half game of the Oakland Raiders with the win tonight. And, of course, Miami trying to stay alive in the AFC East.
If in that drive, Dan Fouts, the pass for 67 yards. They only rushed for 6 yards and 73-yard touchdown. Watch this.
Onside kick attempt, or at least a drop by Bernushka. And Miami very alertly, with their special unit, came up with the football. It was number 35. That is Nick Giaquinto, and a much-traveled Nick Giaquinto is filled in fine on this football team.
What was interesting on that play was that 46, Bessalou, was laterally to Giaquinto and then a little behind him and was looking and begging for a lateral pass, and he didn't get it. And had he gotten it, he might have picked up a huge amount of yardage. He was extremely distressed.
The lateral's a lost start. They just picked back up.
Giaquinto out to the 32-yard line. Calculated risk by San Diego. They weren't hurt much by it. Del Williams gets a block from Kitchenberg out front and gets out over the 35 to the 37. A gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5. Willie Buchanan on the stop. And here's Clarence Williams, who is a steady, dependable San Diego Charger, really starting for John Cappelletti at fullback. There'll be a penalty on this last play. And it's going to be stepped off against the Chargers. 5-yard penalty.
71 defense, offside, still first down.
Fred Dean jumping offside from right in. We're going to pause 5 seconds and allow our stations to identify themselves. Down at 5. They took the penalty, of course, so the down would remain the same, and it does so. They have the ball at their own 37. Del Williams, a draw play that worked so well on their first drive for a touchdown, is stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Leroy Jones defensively there. Getting help from Jim Laslovic, who is playing considerable more for the Chargers now. Former great Detroit Lion linebacker. It'll be 2nd down and 5. In case you just joined us, each time, the first time these teams had the football, they moved following the kickoff for touchdowns. And we have 5:40. The clock is moving here in the first quarter.
I wouldn't be surprised just to see that rollout again, one way or the other by Woodley.
2nd down, 5. Fred Dean almost jumped off again. Woodley, cool in the pocket, hits Giaquinto, and Giaquinto has the first down. And the young man that tried with the Jets, the Giants, and Ottawa made it with the Dolphins this year on his own request. He was teaching school when he asked for a tryout.
Let's watch Woodley. This is cool. He's got some heat. He's got Kelcher coming, and he's got Dean coming. He stays in there, throws a strike to Giaquinto. They pick up the first down. Can you believe, Howard, that 12 quarterbacks were drafted this year ahead of Woodley?
The Goodyear Blimp Enterprise with the pilot, former quarterback from the University of Miami. It's Don Plospinet. 1st and 10. The ball inside the 48-yard line. Woodley. And Woodley is smacked, and a flag goes downfield.
And looks like in the defensive secondary, I would imagine we've got holding in the defensive secondary, or illegal bump, one or the other.
Laslovic doing the deed to Woodley at the line of scrimmage.
In answer to your query a moment ago, Fran, yes, I would believe that Woodley was drafted that low among quarterbacks. By the way, there's been a subtle change. Let's wait for the call there.
No penalty, quarterback was out of the pocket, no illegal check. 2nd down.
There's been a subtle change in Miami's drafting procedure since Bobby Beathard left here and went to the Washington Redskins. Bobby would find the unsung ones from the small schools. Now Miami is turning, as you know, Frank, to the big schools, Alabama, and so on, and Woodley from LSU. So Woodley was known by the Miami scouting group, and they're very happy with the find. Frank?
Clarification of that. Woodley had rolled out of the pocket. He becomes a runner, so there was no illegal check. Good call by Gene Barth and his crew. 2nd down and 10. Woodley gets it off just as he was going down. It's complete out there to Cephalo. They'll mark it somewhere around the 40-yard line, short of the first down. But again, David Woodley, the young man we've been speaking of, very cool, very confident, and very athletic.
All you people watching this thing, I don't know whether Woodley's impressing you, but it's impressing the three of us up here. He's going to have somebody around. That's Kelcher around or Dean around his ankle, and he gets the ball off and throws another strike. He is meeting the pressure well.
3rd down, a little more than 2 to go for the first down. Into the short yardage offense in the slot. That's 84 Bruce Hardy. And here comes Del Williams. Del Williams will be short of the first down to the 39. It'll be 4th down and 1. Del Williams getting away from Kelcher and then Leroy Jones, but he couldn't get the needed yardage.
I would not be surprised to see Shula go for it. And I think he is. I think it's the right call, whether he makes it or not.
Here comes Steve Howell. He'll bring the play in. Punting team stays on the bench. We've not seen either punter thus far here in the first quarter with 4 minutes remaining. And again, could be a ploy on the part of Shula. We've seen it often in pro football. Long count, hoping to draw an eager defense offside.
Well, the percentage call here is the run, but I would not be surprised to see him roll out and throw.
Del Williams, gaping hole, and Williams nailed their open field tackle quickly by Pete Shaw, but he surges for the first down.
At the very top of the telecast, as Frank identified the Miami offensive line, he made the point this was the line, as you look at Williams' statistics, that Shula would have liked to have had together at the start of the season. The offensive line has been a problem ever since that enormous line of Shula's in the early 70s finally fell prey to age. People like Little and Evans. But now they're together again. They're showing it tonight. Gift.
Set below right. Moore is to the left. 1st and 10. Draw play to the big one. Robisky, and Robisky nailed at the line of scrimmage, getting maybe a yard out of it. It was 2nd and 9. And I find something really interesting, Howard, is that Nat Moore is the only starter on this offensive unit playing in the same position at this same time last year. Kuchenberg and Newman are both in there, but they're playing in different spots tonight. That is the problem that Don Shula has had to deal with because of injuries.
But the amazing thing, he's kept them competitive the entire year, and I agree with Howard's statement earlier in the show. This has been his greatest coaching year of many great coaching years.
Nick Giaquinto into 35 in the backfield. 2nd down 9. This is Giaquinto. And Giaquinto breaks the tackle out there of Mike Williams. Gets inside the 35, down around the 33-yard line. Now they're going to mark it back where he was taken by Williams, saying his knee had touched the ground there.
I think that was a good call.
I do too. Now this is the situation that Shula would like not to have. 3rd and 10. His quarterback's got to go back in the pocket. He's got to throw a medium-range pass. He's got to have some time from his offensive line, and he's facing the best defensive pass rush in the league, with apologies maybe to the Chicago Bears.
San Diego does lead the league in quarterback sacks. 3rd and 10. Nat Moore is motioned. And very coolly, Woodley does it again. He's coming out of the backfield, Tony Nathan, and Woodley, he did not see that pass completed. He was buried.
I guarantee you that. He did not see it. That's great concentration by Woodley. You watch him go back. He will get hit as he throws the ball. He stands in there good and straight and strong and throws a strike. And a good catch by Nathan, who can play. Watch what happens to Woodley. Wasn't like this down in LSU. Hello, my name is Fred Dean. And you'll see a lot of Fred Dean tonight.
1st down 10. Inside 1 minute remaining in the first quarter. We're tied at 7. Woodley fires it incomplete, stopping the clock with 48 seconds remaining in the first quarter. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Even there, the young man was poised because he made sure there would be no intercept. He has the look of a remarkable young athlete, but remember this. He is getting the discipline, the leadership, the coaching of one of the great men in the contemporary game. And that's what helps a quarterback develop, does it not?
Also, that was Woodley's best throw of the night. He didn't complete it because he threw it out of bounds, and that's where he should have thrown it.
Right.
2nd down 10. Suplow, 81 left. Nat Moore, 89 to the right. Woodley in trouble. And with his arm in motion, they are not indicating it was incomplete, so it's going to be San Diego's football. Woodley, powdered by Leroy Jones, fumbles the football, and coming up with it, big number 79, Gary Johnson, who perhaps is having his best year ever with the Chargers.
They don't call them big hands for nothing, Gift.
Watch it here. You'll see Woodley under extreme pressure again. When you get this kind of pass rush, things happen. He's standing in there, he's stepping up in the pocket.
Ouch.
And he gets hit before he gets his arm going.
Leroy Jones, that's his 13th and a half sack thus far in the season. He came into tonight leading the league, and there he is, 5-year man out of Norfolk State, Virginia. We'll be back. Down and 10, the San Diego Chargers have the football once again. The turnover. Gary Johnson recovering the fumble of David Woodley of Miami. Bout still has thrown the ball one time. This time, Kellen Winslow does not hold on. And Fran, let's take a look at the problems of Woodley a moment ago.
Here's the play again. All kind of pressure. Fred Dean coming in. Jones coming in from the other side, who'll make the sack and cause the fumble. Woodley never saw him, had no chance. And the turnover for the Chargers.
252-pound Gary Johnson. That's smarts. 33 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Second down and 10. The Chargers at their own 33. Mike Thomas. Draw play. Thomas stays on his feet and hustles out close to the 40, where it'll be third down, and we'll call it 4.
That was a good call. Very hard, by the way, to pass block San Diego out of the play when you've got a pocket quarterback.
Yeah, when you're back in the pocket, you're taking a longer time to throw the ball down the field. It is difficult. You've got to have quick rhythm passing and roll. That's what the Dolphins have been doing most of the night. 3rd and 4. This is a pass down for the Chargers.
And time will run out in the first quarter. San Diego does not choose to get another playoff. Dan Fouts trots over to the sidelines to confer with Don Coryell. And we'll be back in the Orange Bowl in a moment. Founded by a couple of you-know-what athletes, football players.
And it's a fun way to spend Thursday night.
It is so far, I'll tell you that. It's a good game.
Hope
Let's
you're
get back to
enjoying
it.
7-7 as we begin the second quarter. And again, I'll remind you, San Diego trailing Oakland in the Western Division of the AFC. Oakland with an 8-3 mark. They've been tremendous. San Diego, a win tonight, stays within a half a game of them.
And they will throw.
Miami just trying to stay alive. Third down 4. Fouts, Winslow almost picked off.
Pete Shaw. He had it, too. You don't want to drop those kind. Good effort, Pete.
Fourth down.
All right, the first quarter stats. First downs almost even. Rushing, advantage to Miami. Passing to San Diego. Possession time, heavily in favor of Miami. So there it is.
Rick Partridge will deliver the first punt of the night. Oh, and he bangs it high. Tony Nathan awaiting at the 15-yard line. And Nathan tripped up at the 25-yard line, out close to the 26-yard line. 45-yard punt, and we want to remind you, big weekend of college football coming up, but they get it on. First down and 10, Miami. They'll try to come back from that turnover a moment ago. The defense held for them. Del Williams on first down, back to the line of scrimmage and smothered there. Leroy Jones, who has been superb tonight, a defensive left end for San Diego on the stop.
On San Diego's last series, Frank, they had a chance to take early command of the game, but they couldn't execute a first down. Now Miami has a chance after having had an earlier chance when they were in San Diego territory until Woodley was sacked and fumbled. They've got a chance to reassume command of the game. So these series have an importance.
Second down 10. David Woodley, the rookie from LSU, directing the attack. Out of the flat, Giaquinto. Giaquinto attracts a large crowd. Sliding out first was Fred Dean. He was joined by Mike Williams. Dean, very agile at that defensive end spot, number 71. Came back a little late this year to training camp, but he picked up where he left off. He had 7 sacks coming into tonight. The leader along that line, of course, Gary Johnson, who got his 13th and a half, the way they count them now in the NFL.
That graphic and evidence of why Miami has come to life in the last 2 games against the Rams and the 49ers.
Third down long. Picked off. Intercepted by number 28, Willie Buchanan, his second interception of the year, and this could hurt the youngster from LSU.
Well, it's a tough situation. You have 3rd and 8, and that kind of pressure from a defensive line. And here you go back again. It's not an easy situation. The one shooter like to stay out of, but first and second downs were not good downs for the Dolphins here. He had Joe Rose, but Buchanan was there. And boy, has he been a great one over the years. Most of his years.
He played for Don Coryell at San Diego State. He went out and got him last year, and he gave up a first-round draft pick and a 7th-round draft pick to get this young man. San Diego, good field position, 29-yard line of the Miami Dolphins. They're still tied at 7 on first down. Chuck Muncie. We did not know whether we would see the big man who came from New Orleans a few weeks ago because of a bruised knee, but he gets a couple of yards. It'll be second down and 8.
I still don't like the way that great player carries the football. He's too prone to give it up.
Muncie, of course, New Orleans first-round draft pick. A lot of problems down there. He was traded to San Diego for what was reported to be a second-round draft pick a few weeks ago. He stays in. A single setback. Wide open, and Charlie Joyner will think about that late at night.
I don't believe that. I don't think I've ever seen him drop a ball like that, Gibb.
You will drop them. That is so easy. He was thinking about where am I going to run with it.
Well, here he comes running against Gerald Small. He beats him. He's coming inside. Fouts delivers a strike. Oops. It looks like he had his eyes right on the ball, too. I don't know. He just missed it.
Right in the numbers.
Jefferson, no catches tonight. He only needs 54 yards. John Jefferson to go over 1,000 yards for 3 consecutive years. Fouts lumbering forward for the first down, down around the 15-yard line. Kim Bocamper made sure Fouts stayed there.
And lumbering is the proper verb. He is not what you'd call a runner. 15 dimes for 7 yards.
1.5 yard per carry, but that was an effective play there. The Dolphins played perfect defense. Fouts ran the ball effectively, got the 7 or 8 yards for a first down. He kept this drive alive.
Hey, if he keeps on the same pace, averaging 300 yards a game, he will throw for 4,800 yards this year. No reason to think that he can't do it. He set the NFL record a year ago, and here on first down, Muncie over the left side behind Billy Shields and Doug Wilkerson for a couple. They'll give him 3. It'll be second down and 7.
Who is that young lady?
You know, it's interesting to me, Gift. San Diego has a wonderful offensive line. They're great pass blockers, but they really haven't proven to be a great run blocking team.
Yes, definitely 2 different techniques. Usually an offensive lineman is good at one or the other, seldom both. Second down, Fouts will go down. As Fouts goes down to the sack, Bocamper, who plays linebacker but also plays defensive end as well as most defensive ends.
Well, we've talked about Bocamper many times. He's built in a manner only bigger and stronger than the very great Ted Hendricks, but he doesn't begin to have Hendricks' consistency. That's his problem.
Well,
Let's look at it again.
Here comes Danny back in the pocket. Bocamper beats his man. Fouts has no problem. He's got a face mask, I think, guys. I think he got him by the face mask, and he got away with it. But a good play by Bocamper.
Doug Betters was in there, too.
Third down, 13. The Dolphins stiffened after the first turnover. Can they hold again? A huge crowd exhorts them. Joyner, incomplete in the end zone. It'll be fourth down, and we'll see Ralph Danuska.
Well, you've got to give the Dolphin defense credit. They dodged a bullet here. Arch Parker's got him playing very well.
He sure does. Danuska, of course, a great human interest story. We did an up-close and personal on him some weeks back when we had San Diego against Dallas. But he's been having great difficulty, Frank, as you know. A bad game against Kansas City this past Sunday.
37-yard attempt. He has missed the last 6 attempts. Danuska will feel better following that one as Miami gets off. San Diego just picking up 3 points. But San Diego takes the lead with 10:30 remaining in the first half. They lead 10-7. Orange Bowl, where tonight a crowd of 60,000 was expected. As we look around this center below structure, we can see that it's practically full. It could go well over 60,000. San Diego has just taken the lead. 37-yard field goal, Ralph Danuska. Set to kick off. Deep is Don Veselu for the Miami Dolphins. Fine effort by the Miami defense. 2 turnovers. They only were able to give up 3 points. Veselu bobbles it, picks it up.
Oh, my goodness.
Ooh, and making the save was Shaw out there for San Diego at the 29-yard line. Veselu found an opening and could have popped that.
That's an interesting player. He came out of Georgia Tech, wasn't highly regarded, but he's been a big play man for the Dolphins. He was a big play man back at Georgia Tech.
Well, he's become the leader in the defensive backfield in the absence of Tim Foley. He's really been very effective. But again, Frank made, it seems to me, the key point. 2 turnovers, and all San Diego could get was 3 points. So Miami is holding together. And Bernurski kicks better with no sleep.
And that's the truth.
First down, 10 Miami. Trubisky out over the 30-yard line, a gain of 1.5 yards.
Did you see how quick 79 Big Hands Johnson was across the line? He is some kind of quick.
Well, they're a tremendous front four.
Oh, they really are. They're on this side, 71, as you look at Dean and Johnson, they're not only big, but they're quick and they're fast. Tremendous pass rushers.
Second down and 8.
No, we'll pick it up later, Frank. Go on.
Ball just inside Miami's 32-yard line. 9:45 remaining in the first half. Woodley goes down in the arms of big Louis Kelcher. There'll be a loss of about 1.5 yards back to the 30-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 9.
That guy's a defensive line by himself. Look at him. I'll never forget when he didn't win the Lombardi Award one year. I was the speaker at the Lombardi dinner down in Houston, and the man was twice the size of Hicks of Ohio State, who won it that year. Even then I knew it was the wrong man who was the recipient.
6'5", 285. Louis Kelcher playing still with a sore knee from a few weeks ago, and he hyperextended it in a losing effort against the Oakland Raiders.
Well, here it comes back to another tough situation for the kid Woodley. 3rd and 9 against this pass rushing line. He needs, again, a quick rhythm pass. He shouldn't really try to risk anything too far down the field because it takes too long to get it off. Might even run a trap up the middle.
3rd and 9. Tony Nathan, single setback. Comes the pressure.
That's it.
This is Nathan. Look out.
Oh, boy.
Pete Shaw's the only one that can save it. Oh, and down goes Nathan. He can get up, of course, because he had not been touched by a Charger. He gets inside the 10. A brilliant run. It was Joe Rose who was out in front of Nathan that tried to throw the block. Nathan tripped over Rose, but nevertheless a great effort.
You gotta love the run by Nathan. You gotta love Woodley here. He's come back now from a fumble, an interception. He stands in there. He delivers the ball right down the middle in the face of all kind of heat. And watch Nathan break the tackle down the sideline. And he really should have had a touchdown here. He's trying to cut back. He does the right thing. Joe Rose is trying to block. And he trips over Joe Rose's legs, and he would have gone in for the touchdown. Great play by Nathan.
Once again, Don Shula. What a call. He knows what his players can do. He had Woodley throw under the defense, relying on Nathan's running ability to make the first down, and if the blocking is good enough and the positioning is good enough, maybe go all the way. And he almost did.
Willie Buchanan was shaken up on that play for San Diego. He's being helped off the field. Tell you more about Nathan. He was a 2nd-round draft pick a year ago, a 3rd-round draft pick, rather, and he broke the Miami Dolphins' total offensive record, running back kicks, punts, receiving, rushing. He can do it all.
From what school, Frank?
Alabama.
Exactly. Notice the subtle change in drafting procedures. Now working for this new Miami organization. Going to the big schools.
1st and goal, Miami. They are trailing 10-7. 8 minutes remaining in the first half. Crucial game for both clubs. Del Williams. Williams is on his feet, and he's hammered down there close to the 5-yard line.
Well, that's a great effort by Delvin Williams. He really didn't have much to work with out there. He made most of it on his own. Good determined run.
Remember, this is a vital game. They all are at this stage of the year. Miami must win to keep its playoff hopes alive. San Diego must win to move within a half game of the puzzling Oakland team, which played poorly against Seattle, but still yet won. Oakland at 8-3, San Diego at 7-4.
And watch the back to the tight end. The
Second down goal. Ball at the 6. Woodley to the 2-yard line, where it'll be 3rd down and goal. Mother there.
I tell you, he looked a little like you again there.
Well, except one thing.
He's got more guts.
He's bigger and stronger, and he's faster, and he's prettier.
Hey, another thing, Fran, he does what you did for so many years. He exhausts these big defensive linemen. They have to come in on the pass rush, expending all that effort. Then they have to turn around and chase him, and he has broken out of that pocket a few times, and they don't like to do that all night.
No, and here's where he's dangerous, because in this situation, he can roll out and have the option to pass or run on the 2-yard line. This puts pressure on the defense.
David Woodley does not like to play or the offensive set that has been sent into the ball game. He'll trot over, talk to Don Shula, extending one of the Miami Dolphins timeouts with 6:32 remaining in the first half. In this football game, one of the best we've had thus far this season. Two teams both in critical situations. Francis?
Well, yes, no,
Teams both in critical situations. Francis?
Well, yes, no, we criticize many times quarterbacks for calling a timeout when it's not in the last 2 minutes of the half of the game. In this case, a good call by Woodley. They're in position to score 6 points. He should be sure he did the proper thing by calling the timeout and make sure they had the right play, the play they wanted to call. And here it is.
3rd and goal, the ball at the 2. That's Nat Moore.
He's going to roll.
Flag is down as Woodley got the ball in to Nat Moore.
That was some well-executed play by Woodley.
It will work against Miami. The touchdown nullified.
Oh, that's too bad from their point of view. Because Fran is right. What a quick timing play. Perfectly executed. I tell you, for a rookie, this kid is something.
He's something for a veteran.
David Woodley.
I bet Nat Moore is in motion.
Illegal motion. The man in motion started forward before the snap. 3rd down.
That would indeed be Nat Moore, who just was a little eager to work out there against Mike Williams. It'll be 3rd and goal, but the ball is now back at the 7-yard line.
All right, the last time in this situation, on the other end of the field, Shula called a trap play up the middle. I don't think he'll do it again.
Too far out, and now San Diego will be looking for it.
But you got to look for the tight end or the 2 backs. They're the people you want to go to in this situation.
3rd and goal. Miami trailing by 3. Man is open. It's Nathan.
What a play.
Great effort
What
for the
a play.
touchdown.
What a play.
Well, he went to the back, so you were right. And Nathan is an absolutely brilliant runner.
Well, what happened? They blitzed the linebackers. Now, maybe Nathan had a free release on the play. I doubt it. He's probably supposed to pick up the linebacker. Didn't. But Woodley, he saw him out there and gave it to him. Now, watch the linebacker come in from the left part of your screen. Nobody is blocking him. That's Nathan's man, Slosseldick. He finally sees Nathan. He throws to him. Nathan knew he made a mistake, but watch the run he makes.
Right
He
through
gets rid of
Bob Horn.
Right through Jerome Doug.
And just an absolutely scintillating effort by Nathan, who earlier had fought a pass over the middle and went 61 yards. He gets it in for Miami. They go out on top.
We have us a ball game, folks. This is fun.
Shaman for the conversion. Shaman puts it through the uprights, and Miami leads 14-10. And this young man, highly responsible, playing along with a youngster at quarterback, David Woodley. We'll be back in a moment. Back in the Orange Bowl, Miami, Florida. 6:17 remaining in the first half. The Dolphins moving out over the Chargers, 14-10. Set to kick off is Ruby Von Shaman. And we'll see Ron Smith deep for San Diego. Smith, who had not returned kickoff since high school, got the call when Chuck Muncie became a starter at running back.
Skip, here's a little statistic here. Dan Fouts in his last 5 passes has 4 incompletions and 1 sack. He started off hot, but obviously he's been cooled down. See if he can get it back here once the Chargers get the ball.
Ron Smith, the former Ram, takes it at the 5-yard line. Smith is pounded out around the 27, gets over the 30, close to the 32-yard line, where out comes the throwing machine, Dan Fouts.
Well put.
Hey, another thing, he can get another 300-yard game tonight. He will tie his NFL record he set a year ago of when he threw 300 yards on 6 different occasions. Gets it 12. Fran mentioned trouble. The past 2 times he's gone to the air. That's Winslow in motion. Fouts. Jefferson, flag is down as Jefferson propels himself into Miami territory at the 47, and we're going to get a holding call against San Diego.
Oh, boy, that hurts. After a big gain like that, that really hurts.
That's Dan Audie, number 60, gesticulating that I am not holding. He was showing the official, these are the new rules I operate on. Frankly, ironic in a way, because Don Shula on the competition committee, much responsible for the new rules that has brought on so much passing.
Number 60 offense, holding, still first down.
Well, it's a 10-yard penalty, but with the completion taken away, too, it ends up to be a 30-yard penalty.
All right, there is the graphic that tells you how the Chargers lead the NFL in passing.
First down, 20. Stout, beautiful shot, was not handled by Charlie Joyner, and Stout put that in there between two Miami defenders with another Miami defender behind Joyner.
Well, that's two to Charlie tonight that didn't receive execution.
Well, here goes Stroud back up. Great protection. And he puts it right in the seam. Couldn't throw it any. Oh,
Well, that's it.
It wasn't really Joyner's fault. That ball
Not
got
that
tipped.
time.
No,
You're right.
sir.
The replay showed that.
It sure did. Sorry,
Tell you,
sir.
we've got some cameramen for you.
Don't we ever?
Second down and 20. The ball at the 22-yard line. Joyner in motion. Stop. Checks it off. Mike Thomas. Mike Thomas skips out to the 34-yard line, back to the original line of scrimmage, and maybe one. It'll be third down and 9. Hit there by Ernest Roan, who is playing at linebacker for an injured Larry Gordon. Larry Gordon, of course, a tremendous asset defensively for Miami. He's out of the lineup tonight with a bad knee. Wide-eyed. He says, man, am I in the big leagues, really? Third down. They mark it at the 34, so it's 3rd and 8. Bout. Winslow. The crowd will love it as Winslow goes down first in the arms of Don McNeil. Gets a yard. He needed 8, and out comes the punting unit for San Diego, which is stalled offensively.
Don McNeil was the first-round draft choice of the Dolphins again from Alabama. He looms as a probable defensive rookie of the year in the entire league.
There's Mr. Everything, Tony Nathan, awaiting the punt of Rick Partridge. Fair catch, however, called for and made back there by Don Gussalou. So Miami will have possession, good field position, out at the 28-yard line with 4:33 remaining here in the first half. Miami playing inspired football against the San Diego Chargers. We told you earlier they were to fly into Miami last evening, the San Diego Chargers. They had airplane trouble in Oklahoma. They didn't arrive till about 2 or 2:30 in the morning. They only had one day to prepare for this game, having played Kansas City on Sunday. So a tired football team, the San Diego Chargers. On first down, Del Williams did not find an opening. Hit there initially at the 25. It gets back out to the 27. A yard loss. Second down, 11.
But quite honestly, Frank, they're not playing like a tired football team. They're playing aggressively. They're playing well. Their defense has really settled down. They gave up the one big play to Nathan, and that's about all they've given up after the opening drive.
Well, if they hadn't been called on the penalty against Audek, they might very well have driven down with that big gain on the pass completion by Fouts for another score. So that mistake hurt.
Second and 11. Del Williams. Kutzenberg out front. Williams out to the 30-yard line. Gets free of it. But it'll be third down and 8.
We're back to that tough situation again. They've had it now 4 straight times, 3rd and 8. The last time he hit Nathan for a big play. I would expect him to hit another quick rhythm pass, which means he's going to hit one of his backs quickly or the tight end quickly.
Yeah, but it's tough when you got the long yardage on third down consistently. They got away with a very exceptional play on the pass underneath the defense to Nathan with the concomitant great long run that set up the touchdown. Can't do that all the time.
Third down and 8. Nathan again, single setback. He works both left and right out of the backfield. And thrown behind Nathan, almost intercepted. Woody Lowe was there, and Miami will punt.
Now the reason, as we watch this play here from the ground level, When Woodley's going back, Nathan's got an option to cut either outside or inside. That's why Woodley had to wait so long. Caused him really to hesitate with his throw, and he threw it behind Nathan, and it was almost intercepted by Lowe.
Again, it was the short throw, basically underneath the defense. It would not have made the first down if Nathan had caught it and been immediately down.
But it was
Roberts. Mike Fuller, a dangerous return man for San Diego, awaits the ball at his 25. Roberts hangs it high, driving Fuller back inside his 20.
I think he lost it in the right, Frank.
He had signaled for the fair catch and would probably have made that fair catch, but he very wisely got away from the football, and San Diego has possession. They are at their own 17-yard line. We'll be back. Sweet Lips. A lot of activity here tonight in the Orange Bowl. Monday Night Football on Thursday night. And a partisan Miami Dolphin crowd and a huge one. First and 10. San Diego trailing 14-10 from their own 17. This is Williams. Picking up the screen, turning back inside, pays for it, out to the 23-yard line. Gain of 5. It'll be second down and 5.
You know, it's a terrible burden on a quarterback who has to pass when there is not a running game to go with it. And you notice they're doubling the wide receivers tonight. Miami is, and Dan is not connected with a bomb tonight, because he loves to throw.
On second and 5. Muncy. He can run. Chuck Muncy breaking the tackle just at the line of scrimmage. Breaks it off down close to the 25-yard line.
That's exactly what they needed.
They really did. And does that take the heat off that QB, number 14? Here's old Danny Fouts. This just shocks him to get this kind of play. Muncy takes that pretty good blocking. But look at that. He breaks 2 tackles. He breaks a 3rd tackle, Bessalou. And down the sideline he goes. He's 230 pounds, and he can run.
Hopped right through Rusty Chambers and takes it all the way down inside the 25-yard line. As the 2-minute warning is sounded, Muncy has sprinted for 53 yards. San Diego is sprinting. 2 minutes remaining at halftime here in the Orange Bowl. Good football game. Chuck Muncy has just gone 53 yards. Chargers trailing by 4, 14-10. Jefferson, who has not caught a pass thus far tonight, split out to the left by Fouts on first and 10. Screen out to Mike Thomas. And Thomas to the 20-yard line. That's it, is Ralph Ortega nails Thomas.
You know, Giff and Howard, Thomas looks quicker to me. Looks as quick as he did back when he was with the Redskins in the good years. Now, they say he's lost some weight this year, whether that's it or not. He may be more healthy this year. But one thing, he's quicker tonight than I've seen him in a couple of years.
Took off 10 pounds. Made a difference.
Second down, 5. Draw play, uncharacteristic of Dan Fouts, and Clarence Williams was piled up at the 20 by a shocked Miami defense.
Big Bob Baumhauer plays that middle tough.
Fouts will call timeout, and San Diego will have 2 remaining with 1:25 remaining in the half. Fouts moving over to the sidelines
for 1 field goal.
And Enterprise from Pompano Beach, Florida. Cameraman up there is Charlie Mitchell flying around with Captain Don Pasternak, as I mentioned before, a former University of Miami quarterback. Great night for football and an exciting game.
Any doubt he's going to pass here?
There's a loss of about a half a yard, so it's 3rd down and 6. Fouts right on target, and Joyner stepping out of bounds, stopping the clock at the 10-yard line, first down.
And Charlie's a little mad at himself. I think he thought people were closer to him than they were, and he could have gotten on down the field for more yards.
Maybe so, but it was still a perfectly executed play. He threw to the right man. He's had trouble reaching his wide receivers tonight. Witness the fact, as Frank mentioned, that Jefferson hasn't caught a pass yet. That figures to change radically in the second half.
Change in the offensive personnel. In comes Muncy, 46. Clarence Williams, number 40. First down and 10, and this is Muncy, and he's hammered as he gets inside the 10 to the 8. A.J. Dewey, a former defensive end, sliding out there with Doug Betters, and a flag is down at the line of scrimmage. Illegal motion against San Diego. That will back the Chargers up 5. Down will remain the same, but time is a factor. 1:14 as we see Glenn Blackwood holding his shoulder, coming off the free safety for the Dolphins, and he is hurt.
Well, what this does with this penalty against the Chargers, it forces Fouts right into a pass offense. Although the Dolphins may refuse this penalty. And let's see.
Illegal motion, 63 offense, refused. Second down.
That, of course, is Miami's choice to have the Chargers use up and down rather than making it 1st and 15.
Interesting. Not a bad decision. I would rather have the Chargers there than back on the 15 with 3 throws at the end zone myself.
The defensive backs can play much more close.
Yes.
This area. Doug Bedoin, by the way, is in a free safety replacing Blackwood. Jefferson in motion. Fouts quickly. Touchdown, Charlie Joyner. And do they strike fast?
Oh, what timing.
That's pretty. That is a tough man right there, Mr. Fouts. He has developed into a truly great quarterback in this league.
What about that
but
man?
he's tough. And Charlie Joyner has been a tough man. 33 years old. Here we go. Watch how quick Fouts is going to get rid of this ball. Wham! Joyner runs a quick route inside. It's history.
Joyner's 40th career touchdown. A career that began way back years ago in Houston. Then he went to Cincinnati. And a flag is down as Benushka drills it through. The discussion being handled out there by our referee tonight, Gene Barth.
On defense, points good. We're penalized on the kickoff.
Well, they tried.
It doesn't work all the time.
There is Charlie Joyner. What a player. Got to admire him. Not just respect him, admire him. Tremendous football game. Tremendous first half.
Off the ball, Fouts will raise up. He gets in the seam. Somebody blew a coverage here. They got to be closer than that. And, of course, remember that Miami had the injury to Blackwood.
Right, they took Blackwood out, and as you could see, it was Doug Bedoin, a free agent that Miami picked up earlier in the year from New England. He made the attempt at the goal line. It could have been Bedoin's error. We do not know for sure, but he had just come in. That was his first play.
You know, you really never know if it's a good call there in that situation, what the coverage is or what the responsibilities are. But it did look like it was Bedoin's responsibility because he was late getting to the plate.
May I remind you, gentlemen, 7,000 yards in his career, even more than Frank Gifford had.
Well, let's add it up.
And I'll tell you who Charlie Joyner reminds me somewhat of. The similar receivers, similar type careers, and that's Harold Jackson, who plays now for the New England Patriots. They just keep on and on and on. And both of them have been bounced around from team to team and played great football for each team they've been with.
Benushka drills it along the ground with a minute left here in the first half. Giaquinto collects it for Miami. Scrambles out over the 30 to the 32. Glenn Edwards makes the stop with 1:03 remaining in the half, and the Miami Dolphins in possession of the 2 timeouts and trailing the Chargers now 17 to 14.
That's a good analogy, Fran. Joyner and Jackson. Joyner, of course, beginning with Houston, going to Cincinnati, then on to San Diego in a simply superb trade for the Chargers.
Here we are. Now, this is Woodley had been in a lot of these situations. They've got plenty of time on the clock. 1 minute, 3 seconds, 2 timeouts to get in field goal position.
Might be that Don Shula would not like to have him hurt at this point, too, and he might just decide to run it out. Nope. That is going up. Screen, a safe play out to Dell Williams. Williams met by Bob Horn at the 35-yard line. A gain of 3. It'll be 2nd down 7. Seconds ticking away. Miami showing no inclination to stop it.
And as you look at Woodley, he's looking for the play. Now, this is when it's a disadvantage to be calling the plays from the sideline. Because normally your team would go up to the line of scrimmage and call the play from the line of scrimmage. They're wasting valuable time here.
Break an arm trying to wig like 2 plays in a row in, would you?
Yeah.
2nd down. Flag is down.
Good throw.
Fire is complete. Giaquinto, who has the yardage for the first down, but again, a flag is down.
Against the Chargers, looks like. No.
Nope. Illegal motion. Works against Miami. This will bring it back. 22 seconds now remaining in the half.
Wonder why Don didn't call timeout before that play.
Well, he's only got 2 timeouts, Howard. You like to save those if you possibly can.
Yeah, but you were down into the 22nd area.
Number 80, illegal motion. Still 2nd down.
Joe Rose, the rookie from California, illegal motion. Down remains the same. Second down and 12. The ball back at the 30.
Now it wouldn't be bad strategy to run it out. With 22 seconds left, you don't want to turn the ball over here. Take what you got, tee it up again in the second half.
Inside handoff.
Schuler's listening to us, I think, Howard.
Now Williams.
Like he really needs to, huh?
Yeah. At this time, Whitley calls timeout with 17 seconds remaining, and he trots over to talk to Don Shula.
Well, that's interesting.
One timeout now remaining. Tell you again that Bob Greasy was placed on the injured reserve only yesterday. He could possibly come back for the last game of the season. That would be the required 4-week wait. Having been thoroughly informed by the master on the sidelines, moves back into the huddle. Once again, San Diego with a win tonight will stay a half a game behind the Oakland Raiders in their AFC Western Division, and in the AFC East, well, frankly, Miami's just trying to stay alive. They call this the playoff series, and they say it begins tonight for them. They, of course, with a 6-5 record, Buffalo leads at 8-3. New England is 7-4. Third and long. Whitley. He's got it. And it's open. Oh!
Now call timeout, David.
Elmer Bailey, the rookie from Minnesota, and quickly Miami uses their last timeout with 8 seconds on the clock, and we, in all probability, will see the place kick unit. Ruby Von Schaman can reach that distance.
I think he'll try one more play, Kip. Here's a ground level look at Woodley. Elmer Bailey is off to the right. He throws an absolute strike. I mean, he hung it out there. Bailey's wide open. Somebody broke coverage again. Makes a pretty good run to football. He gets down to about the 31-yard line.
You think this rookie from Minnesota was excited about that ball? No defenders around him. His first catch in the National Football League, and sets up a field goal as out comes Von Schaman.
In case you didn't know who he was, he's a 4th-round draft choice and has indicated a rookie from the Gophers of Minnesota. In the meantime, I still don't understand what Don did early. Could have taken a timeout earlier. They would have had more time on the clock if they were going to take a subsequent timeout.
But the problem, he ran out of timeouts.
And it might have lulled the defense into thinking that he was not going to try and move it downfield.
Well, here's a 48-yarder.
Big Schaman, long thus far this season at 39 yards.
Oh, beauty.
Oh, yes. Beauty.
Oh,
we've got a tie game with 3 seconds remaining in the half.
What a football game.
It really is. And look at this statistic, Frank and Howard. The first half passing, Fouts 101, Woodley 154.
And the crowd, capacity crowd here at the Orange Bowl, they love it. We'll be back after this message from the National Football League. Von Schaman has just kicked his longest field goal of this year for 48 yards to tie this game at 17 with 3 seconds remaining in the half. Von Schaman dribbles it along the natural turf, is taken there by Fuller. And Fuller runs out the clock at halftime. The crowd has got to love this. We hope you are. Stick around. We'll have more second half action between the Dolphins and San Diego Chargers. Halftime features coming up after this message and a word from our local station. Stay with us.
Bench by Shula. He came back and he led them to 2 victories coming off the bench. He's now on the injured reserve. He's been the heart and soul of the Dolphins for years during the 70s, winning Super Bowl games. We talked to Bob about his career earlier in the night. Well, folks, here sit 2 living examples that you don't have to be able to throw the ball very hard and long, don't have to be strong, and don't have to be very smart to make it in this league. How about that, Bob?
We fooled them for sure.
For a lot of years.
Well, I'm still fooling them. I think you can make a comeback.
I know that I can. Now, Bob, it's been reported that you may not play next year. Are you going to come back next year?
Francis, I really haven't made a determination. Haven't been happy with my year. I hurt my arm in the 4th or 5th game. Tore some muscles in it and some ligaments in it, and I haven't been able to throw for 6 weeks. And it wouldn't be a very good way to go out. I'm not going to make that decision right now. I'll wait until the middle of the off season when I sit down and weigh everything and decide then. I'd like to play, but there's a time to step out too.
Well, Bob, you're only 35. Now, do you feel you've lost anything?
Well, I think as all old quarterbacks do, you lose a step here and there, and you lose a little distance. But I think you make up for that with knowledge of the game, and you know what's going on. So I think I've lost some things, but I think also I'm a little bit smarter in other areas.
All right, how have you adjusted this year to a backup role and a counselor to Woodley?
I'm not very good on the sidelines or on the bench. I never knew how loud things got on the sidelines being around Don Shula as when I'm there this year. But it's been very tough. I've helped David whenever I could, mainly little things like only quarterbacks would know. Don't look at the receiver that you're going to throw to and look people off and other things like that. But he's got very quick feet. He's got a strong arm, and he's very intelligent. I think those are the main things that he's got going for him. He's playing much better now that Don Shula is calling the plays for him. And I think he's got a real shot at being a very big success in the NFL.
Well, do what you want to do, big fella. I hope you do come back. You've been great for this game, and thanks for visiting with us.
Thank you, Francis.